Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're good. It's Rodney Leandro here, and I'm bringing you today a markup video. So what I'm going to be doing is just showing you what's been going on through the week and some of the moves that we're involved in, some of the moves we're looking for with regards to the strategy that I'm using is trend trading. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you don't know the strategy trend trading, I have a video that explains how it works. Is quite detailed, and I also have a basics of Forex video as well if you just want to understand how Forex works. So this is a video for those who want to see the market from the perspective of a trend trader and are looking for some moves and some tips. And feel free to comment and let me know what you see happening in the market, what analysis you normally do, and any other questions, just hit me up on my Instagram. It's mastermind_. So let's get straight into it. Before I go on to the markets, what I like to do is come to Forex Factory. So Forex Factory is a website that allows you to see what news is going to be happening to different currency pairs. Now, news can be very volatile, meaning that it can make the market move very fast, randomly in an uptrend and a downtrend, or for a buy, for a sell. It makes the market quite volatile sometimes. Today's news for the US, I think it was quite volatile. We'll go on to the market shortly. But news is very important. When you see red folders, that means that the news is going to be quite heavy. So it may affect, whatever currency pairs the news is going to be correlating with. Orange flags, some impact. Yellow, no impact, so I don't even include yellow. If you do go on Forex Factory, sometimes the time zone might be the American time zone. So get that changed. You just click here to change the time zone, and then you can change it to the time zone of the UK. And what I've done to get rid of the yellow news, which is not that high impact, is just went to the filter and then just taken it off there. So I can only see red and orange, which is a lot more volatile. Now, with regards to the first week of every month, it is NFP, non-farm payrolls. So NFP means that, that there's going to be a lot of news, basically. That's the best way to put it. There's going to be a lot of news, and it's to do with inflation rates, unemployment, things to do with the economy, but it does make the market quite volatile. So there are opportunities, but you must stick to your strategy and, have a stop loss, because if news happens and it goes the other way and there's no stop loss, you could blow your account, and, no one wants to blow your account. So we'll look at EURUSD first. And this is actually something that I called out for the group that I'm mentoring and that I'm working with. So why did I call it, if anyone's asking? We had a touch here on an uptrend, a touch there. There was going to be a third touch, but there wasn't. And there was a key area of resistance. So a ceiling. Price was respecting this area. Yes, so price did break through, come back down, but it's still a key area of resistance because there was 2 points that price was respecting this area. And what did price do? Price broke the trend. When price breaks a trend, what we look for is a retest. So the ceiling was broke, or the floor was broke, and it was retested as the ceiling. So yeah, the floor was broke, it was retested as the ceiling. And this is where you could have pressed the trigger. So as soon as you had seen a retest, so that's a buy candle, then a rejection, a sell candle. Once it finished on a 1 hour, bam, you could have got in for that sell. This is called a pullback or retracement. So price is probably going to do this. Of course, no one knows what's going to happen in the market, and it's not guaranteed, but we hope that price will do this. So it will come here and go down here. Now, this that you see is a fib retracement. So it allows you to get into the market at a more premium rate, meaning that, you know, Fibonacci just shows you in terms of entries, it's kind of like getting a discount, a big discount on price for you to get in. Would you rather, you know, get something for full price or 60% off or 70% off? So that's what Fibonacci does. So that's why I've labeled that the 78.6. And what I done was, I think I went low to high, no, the other way, You know, you can, people use Fibonacci different ways, you know, whichever way works for you, that's how you want to use it. This wasn't here when I had done this, actually. It wasn't even here. But yeah, I think it was the first way that I initially done it. I think we're just that area there. So if we can do rewind, because I've got the Pro. TradingView Pro is quite good if you like to rewind and see what was happening. So yes, this is how it was. It was like this. And grab your fib tool. I think going from the low to the high. Yeah, something along those lines. And 78.6 was about there. You just mark it up and then put in what fib retracement it's at. I personally would go for 61.8, 78.6, 88. So I'll just double click it so you can see the points that we've got for the Fibonacci, if it wants to show up. Oh, it has now. So yeah, it is all just these are the coordinates I use for Fibonacci. It just helps you have better entries, get priced at a discounted rate. So yeah, once you see this, so there was an uptrend, price broke the trend, retested where the support and resistance in the trend line is, and then there was a rejection candle. As soon as that's done and that candle has closed, you can pull the trigger, and you know, you could have got in for a sell here. And now we can close it to see where prices are now. So yeah, price is currently doing some sort of retracement, but we look for price to do that. So risk to reward is 1 to 3, meaning that out of 10 trades, one only needs to win 3. One only needs to win 3. You can lose 7 and still be in, you know, in good profit. Still make more money than you've invested and that you've lost. So yeah, so it's a good risk to reward ratio to have, 1 to 3 or above. And so the stop loss is 31 pips. The take profit is 96 pips. Now, if you're using a 0.1, that's £1 per pip, it's £96. If you're using a standard 1.00, that's £10 per pip, then that's £960. If any of this confuses you, just go watch the other videos that I have, either trendline trading or basics of Forex. But this is a trade I'm in, and we're waiting to see what happens with this trade. So let's look at EUROCAD. But look, EUROCAD is more or less doing exactly the same thing as EURUSD, and a lot of pairs do kind of do the same thing, especially if they have one pair that's the same. So EUROCAD 1, 2, it was going to go for the third touch for a buy, but it did not. Resistance, support, broke the trend, went back up, had the rejection candle. So we've got in for a sell as well, risk to reward 1 to 3 again. USDJPY, this could have been a good trade for some people as well. So there was a downtrend which got broken. There was a key area of support and resistance, and price came up, retested. It did kind of spike. So let's see if one would have still been in that trade, if you would have got in. So let's say it came here. Yeah, let's say you could have got in on this area here. So let's say you would have risked 30 pips. Yeah. So you would have had to, maybe you had a stop loss of around, yeah, so always try and make a stop loss around, you know, 29 to 34 pips. And if you're making it 34 pips, then to make it 1 to 3, you would need to go for about 105 pips. Yeah, so about 105 pips. And this looks like it's retracing as well, so it will probably do this. Come back down here, then go up there, and we use fib to get that entry as well. Let's go to CAD CHF. This is something else. I actually took this trade, so I posted it in the group that I'm mentoring as well. So CAD CHF and EURUSD, they're both in profit, and I call them out in the groups that I'm mentoring. Downtrend. So look, there was actually 3 touches on a downtrend, but it broke the trend, and then there was an area. What I do to see clearer areas of support and resistance is I go to line. So line just shows the body of each candle or of price, no wicks. So wicks are not really part of the body. If you want to know more about wicks, then try and find a YouTube video that tells you about wicks, or you know, hit me up and I'll try and explain it in a better way. But you know, this video isn't to explain about wicks. This is just to show you the strategy. But this clearly shows you the body. So touch there. It wasn't really a clear touch there. Touch here, but as you can see, resistance, resistance, resistance. And what happened at that area of resistance? Price broke the ceiling. So look, broke the ceiling, retested right there as the floor. That's how quick the retests are sometimes. All you need to see is that rejection candle. It closes, bam, getting there for a buy. 1 to 3, risking 30, going for 93. That's 0.1, it's £93. Standard, £930. So it's pretty simple things. I mean, what I really do is just make sure that I stick to the strategy. I don't overcomplicate things, and I make sure that the risk to reward is in my favor. So if I do have losses, which you will, and it's okay, because in every business and in everything, you have losses. But if the odds are in your favor, you can have more losses, a few wins, but your wins will be so big that you'll still be profitable. You'll still be successful. You will still grow that account. And that's what it's really about. I swear that's the biggest secret in Forex. Putting the odds in your favor, having risk to reward that really allows you to be profitable. So yeah, let's go on to the next trade. All right, so USDCAD. So there was no retest, so I wouldn't have got into this one. I wouldn't have got into that. But right now it's broken the trend. If anyone was to look for a sell, I would say wait for price. So let's just go to line. Okay, support, resistance. So this looks like an area of support and resistance. So one would say wait for the retest. And then price will start going down. One should wait for that if you want to get into that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it doesn't look so good to me. So maybe stay away from that. USDCHF. This is something that I missed. I was probably exercising. What you can do if you want to, you know, preempt stuff is do pending orders. So buy limits and sell limits, buy stops, sell stops. So a stop means that if price is, let me do a rewind. So let's say price done that. So there's something called break and retest support and resistance. So, you know, that broke a key area, broke the trend, retested, then they had the rejection candle. So let's put it back even a little bit more. So let's say from here, yeah, after that little rejection candle there. So let's say, you know, you wanted to get into this trade, but you was busy. What you could do is you could place a buy stop. What that means is, let's say price needed to get to this area, and that's going the right way. You can place a buy stop right here. And then that means, so long position always means buy, short position means sell. The black area is your stop loss, the blue area is the take profit. The black candles are sell candles, the blue candles are buy candles. So buy up, sell down. So yeah, let's say we would have made your stop loss around, you could even really, yeah, you could have made it 29, 30 pips. And then gone for about 92 pips. What you could do, so that buy stop means that price has to go up into that area. Once price hits 0.91611, 0.91611, you will automatically be entered into that trade, and then your stop loss and take profit is already set. So meaning that once it hits your take profit, you're taken out. Once it hits your stop loss, you'll be taken out. So whichever one it hits first. You'll be activated once it hits your buy stop. So this is where price would have been, and price would have had to go here. That's something you can do if you're, you know, quite busy and you haven't got time to always, you know, look at the markets or see candles close. And limits work the opposite way. So a limit means that a buy limit means that price has to go down to the area and then hit it and then activate, and then it means it's going to go up. Sell limit is the opposite. Price has to go up into an area, hit it, and then it's going to go down. So I hope that kind of makes sense. But if it is confusing, just hit me up or leave a question in the comment section and I'll get back to you. So yeah, I mean, that was a good trade for anyone who would have either got in here or here. If you would have got in here, well, now it's doing a retracement, so 26 pips profit. If you wanted to get out within the 70 pips area, you would have had to risk less, but I wouldn't recommend risking, you know, less than that stop loss wise, because sometimes you get stopped out very, very easily. Another thing you can do as well, if you want to secure some profits, is twin trade. So always risk 1 to 2% of your account, and if you twin trade, let's say the price was 30 pips into profit, then you can then put your stop loss 5 pips above your entry, meaning that if price comes back down, then you'll be taken out of the trade, yes, but not in a loss. So you'll just break even. It's a way where you can, you know, avoid some losses, break even. And if you want to secure some profits, you could either twin trade and then just take out the first one at 40 pips, then take out the next one at 80 to 90 pips. It will affect your risk to reward, but you will secure some profits. And then how you can do it is, if you press Alt and H, it will create a line, and double click it, you can write stuff. So you can put TP1, and then you can put TP2, TP2. But yeah, what I would say as well, it's good to have a team, mentors, and support system to help you, you know, within this journey, because it does get a bit challenging, just like anything would. And you know, together everyone achieves more. And Mastermind, what it really stands for, is the alliance of 2 or more people in the spirit of harmony, working towards the coordination of knowledge and effort between 2 or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose in the spirit of harmony. Okay, now gold was kind of funny today, but let's see if someone had a better stop loss than what I had, if they would have remained in this trade. So gold is a bit different pips wise as well, because this, so 514 means 51 pips. But if we go to, let's say, USDCHF, it wouldn't say. So 50 pips will literally just be 50 point, and then that's 50 pips. But with gold, it reads different, and Japanese pairs as well. So just bear that in mind. So yeah, it would have taken you out even if you had a 50 pip stop loss. It kind of done what's called a fake out. So it looked like it was going to break the trend and start a downtrend, but it did not. It continued going up. So the market will do this sometimes. You know, sometimes banks or some hedge funds, what they do is they look out for key areas of lower lows, equal lows, equal highs, and they do something called stopping people out, which is knowing where your stop loss is going to be. So where your stop loss is, there's a pool of money sitting right beneath that, and they will take price to that area before they make it go to the way you want it to go. So that is something to bear in mind, but it doesn't mean that, you know, a strategy doesn't work or they're always going to stop you out, but it does happen sometimes. It does. All right. So GPNZD kind of done a fake out as well. And if you're twin trading, if you would have put one trade in and it faked you out, you could have put the next trade after this candle finished. But that is risky because it also looks like a retest. So maybe you just have to take the L on that one if you was to get into that type of trade. So what are we looking for on EURGBP? We are looking for it to come back onto the trend line, the third touch, where that area of support and resistance is, and then we can get in for a sell somewhere along these lines. Euro NZD, yeah, there was definitely some news. When you see big candles like this, it may have been news or the banks really got behind these currency pairs. But yeah, it looked like it was going good for the break of the uptrend, going into downtrend, but it just faked out and went back up. So yeah, the market does move volatile sometimes. AUD-CAD, this was a decent setup, but let's see if it was actually something that one could have got into. So line, okay, so the support there, support, resistance. So yeah, so there was some sort of an uptrend, and price broke the uptrend, retested, and then started going down. So you could have pulled the trigger right after you saw the rejection. So around here, short position. So see, guys, you don't need to know about maths or anything technical. This does all the numbers for you. You just need to understand what the numbers are saying and what you're really looking for. So let's say you was going to risk 29 pips and go for 91 pips. You would have been in some profit. Patience really pays in these markets. Maybe the move might take 1 to 2 to 3 days. Maybe it might take 1 day, but patience really does pay when it comes to these markets. So don't watch your trades too much. Be patient. Go and do something else, and the market will start moving. The worst thing you can do is watch your trades, and don't take trades if you're feeling fearful or angry, or if you're too excited or too confident. Just be neutral. Be neutral and read the commandments. It's on the trend line video. The commandments are there. Or I might try and find the slide and quickly show you the commandments that you always need to read before you take your trades. All right, so Euro AUD, very choppy, very choppy. But what it looks like it's doing is waves. So first wave, second, well, first wave, second wave, maybe the third wave, but it's a bit technical, so I won't even go into that. US oil, yeah. Maybe what it could be doing. Going to line. Nah, stay away from that. And that is very volatile as well. I was going to say it's broken the downtrend, look for a buy, but I don't know what was going on here. So yeah, just stay away from that. If it looks like there's a lot of wicks, big movements, and quite volatile, just stay away from it. There's so many other pairs that you can look at, so many other things that you can be looking at instead of worrying. So this was a good trade that someone could have got into that would have hit their TP on a 1 to 3, I think. Let's see. So it's going about 31 pips. So let's say so there was a rejection candle, so you would have got in somewhere here. So yeah, there wouldn't have really been no drawdown, it just went straight up. Look at that, 1 to 3. So look, 1 touch, 2 touch. Yeah, so this doesn't really count as a touch because of the wick. So this is why I like to go to line. 1 touch, 2 touch, yeah, that's the third touch. But that's how I do it. You can draw your trend lines from wick to wick as well. It's entirely down to you, man. It's entirely down to you. 1, 2, 3, resistance, support, bam, pull the trigger, buy. 1 to 3 done. 99 pips. You could have even went for 104. And if that's a 0.1, it's £100. If that's a standard, £1,000. So it just depends on what your account is, but only risk 1 to 2% of your account. So if you're using 0.1, you should have £1,000 account. If you're using a standard, you should have 10,000. If you're using 0.01, 100. But yeah, that was a fire trade. Very easy and effective way to trade. GBP/JPY doesn't look like it's doing much. If you can't see anything on the 1 hour, go to the 4 hour. Go to the daily. Oh, undo. Yep, go to the daily. Then what you would look for is an entry on a lower time frame, though. You'd look for an entry on a lower time frame. A good way to do this is do a box, highlight the area. So let's say you wanted to get into this. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see if that was a key, if that was actually an area though. Support. Resistance was up here. But yeah, it had, okay, well, yeah, there was resistance there as well. So yeah, always do your support and resistance as a zone. Delete that. Because it's more of a zone than a line. But yeah, look, resistance, support. And then if we go into the candles now, so we put on the square now. So you want to look at that area. Then we can go into for 1 hour to look for an entry and just zoom out, find where that square is. And then look for an entry in that area. Go back to the daily. But yeah, that would have been a good buy. After that kind of rejection area price. Yeah, price went up a lot of pips. So let's go back to the 1 hour. This didn't have much as well. I think I was on a daily on this one. But yeah, if we go to the 4 hour, there's a little bit going on, but don't really see no support and resistance within that area. So maybe I'd stay away from that one. AUDNZD. Go to the 1 hour. Was there something here? No, it's very choppy. So it doesn't take long to analyze and draw charts as long as you know what you're doing. And another little extra 10% and another little tip, BXY is the British Pound Currency Index, meaning that it just shows you what the pound is doing, just the pound. So as we can see, the pound is going up. It's an uptrend. And what that means is that with the pound, because there's so many gaps, it's better just to see it as lines. Look at that little hack, extra 10% for you guys. So what that means is that if the pound is going up, anything that starts with GBP, you can use it as another confirmation to get into buys. With the DXY, the dollar index, dollar's going down, DXY is going down. Use that as a confirmation to get in for sales with anything that starts with USD. So look, GPJPY should be going up as the pound's going up. And look, it does pretty much look like what we saw on the BXY. It's going up. And let's go to, so the dollar was going down. Let's go to USDCHF. It is going down, but let's go on the daily. Look, it has been going down as well. So do use the indexes as a little extra confirmation. And yeah, that's all the pairs I look at. That's it. Any questions, hit me up. If I see any other moves, I'll post it in the group that I'm mentoring. I'll try and post some on my Instagram as well. So yeah, any questions, message me on my Instagram, Mastermind_. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit me up with your questions in the comment sections. Let me know how you're trading and wait for the next video. Take care, guys. Thanks.